Hi guys, I thought I had the recording going and I guess I didn't. So I have this whole flap almost assembled. So I'm going to explain to you how to do it, so hopefully I don't have to take this apart. I already have my other one pre-done as well. So what you do is you take your 4x2 flaps, and I'm just going to fold it back like this, so that way hopefully it makes sense. You're going to take this 4x2 hinge, this is your 4x2 hinge, you're going to glue it on the back side of the hinge, and you're going to glue it to the chipboard, so that way this hinge opens up. And then you're going to do it to this side on both sides. Then after you do that, you come in with your 3x2s, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to glue it flush to this edge. And if you can see what I mean. Kind of sandwich the chipboard. So there's your 4x2 or your 3x2. And you glue these ones on second to last. So you glue these on after the 4x2. And then at the top, you take your last 3x2 piece and you're going to wrap it over and glue it so that this gives you your nice white top edge. So this is your top. These are your sides. So this is what gets glued to the sides, and this is what gets glued to the bottom. I hope this makes sense. I'm sorry the video wasn't recording. If you need a video on showing how to do this, I'll do another one. Hopefully I can explain it well enough. So where I realized I wasn't recording was where I was putting the score pal tape on. So your tape is going to go on your outside edges of your hinges, and then I just come in. That was the 1/2 inch, and then I come in with the 1/4 inch in between. And then again, when we do the 3x2s, I'll show it here. Come in with your 1/2 inch tape here on the edges. And then the insides. Alright. So at the end, you're going to have 2 of these. So you have 2, and these are going to be your dividers for the middle. So then we're going to go back to our assembled piece right here that we have going. What you're going to do is you're going to take your ruler, and I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but I have 2 little marks here. They're 2 inches in from each side, so I have it marked on the 5x12, the 3x12, and I also have it marked up here on the 4x12 piece. So that way, when I put my my flaps in, I'm lining this edge up to that little dash mark. So that's what I'm gauging, making everything centered when I hold it up like this. So, with that being said, this is where the fun begins. It starts to get a little bit crowded in here. Oh, actually, before we get going, we're going to put score pal tape on these pieces. So again, I just put the 1/4 inch closest to the inside on those pieces, and then I just come in and put it on this edge. And then come in with a 1/4 inch, just filling in the gaps. I just do it on the outside edges. I think the score pal tape holds well enough. You don't need to put too much on. So what we're going to do is we're going to put, I want to put this one up first because I think that is going to be better. So, got no nails today. I can't pick anything up. So just removing the tape from the one side. See if I can get it all in here. The only thing difference is we're not lifting the 5x12 side up first and gluing it down. And that will be explained why, and you'll see in a second why that is. So again, we're just gluing it like this, and then we're going to hold it up like this. We're not removing the score pal tape on the sides. We're going to leave that for a second. And again, just removing it from this other side. And then just holding it up like that. So this is what we have so far. And you can kind of see like they hold up on their own just by making sure that we get that flap in there really well. So then we're going to go to our flaps. And what I like to do is I like to remove the tape only from one side of the bottom flap first, just so that I can get it lined up. So let's see if I can get in here a little better. Alright, so my mark is right here. So I'm just making sure I get lined up to that, making sure that this flap matches up to the 2-inch mark. If I hold this up, this flap is going to match up to the 2-inch mark. And then making sure as well that my edges are flush. So I just hold that one side down, and then I come in and I'll lift this flap up and pick a tape off of this other bottom side. Hopefully you can see that. I know my hand's in the way. So I pick that tape off of the other side, and then I'm just gluing it down. So then I do the same thing on this side. I only remove the tape from one side. And we're only going to glue down to the 4-inch side of the box. We're not going to do the 5-inch side. Not yet. So again, doing that. And then again, nice and flush. Then I'll take my other piece. Same thing, only removing it from the one side. And again, I'm going to line it up to this side now. Alright. So there's that side. A little crooked. Try not to get crooked if you can. If you do, you do have a little bit of forgiveness in the measurements in here. That's crooked, but that's okay. And then again, just removing the tape. Actually, I should remove the tape from this other side first, but that's okay. You can still do it on that side. And again, just going to remove the tape from down here. Stick it flat. remove that, and then we're going to stick it flat. Alright, so this is what we have so far. Now, this is where, if you do this step now, it will save you headache in the end. You can avoid it right now if you choose to, but you might have difficulties later decorating the box. But what I suggest is right now you go in and you just take measurements from here to here, and here to here, and here to here, and you decorate this part. I would leave, like, whatever this measurement is, cut away 1/8 of an inch and put it in there. So I'll just explain to you what I mean. So you're going to decorate the bottoms and then the sides, so that when you come up, when this comes up, you won't have a hard time getting in there. So what I mean by doing that is this part here is roughly about 2 3/4 of an inch. So instead of cutting it at 2 3/4, if I cut it at 2 5/8 by 2 7/8, I'm just gonna get my cutter out here. So 2 5/8 by 2 7/8. And I'll smooth this out of the way. It'll look like that. Oops. Come over this way. It'll look like that when it's in there. And I know it's hard to see, and it's hard for me to kind of get into it, just the way this project is so dimensional. But you would glue it in there, and then it'll be nice on the bottom. So I'm going to pause the video here. I'm going to decorate the insides, and then I'm going to come back, and we're going to finish the assembly on this part of the box.